We begin with the foundation, the 4-4-2, 4 defenders, 4 midfielders, and 2 strikers. Its mechanics are built on discipline. 2 central defenders mark opposing forwards, while 2 fullbacks patrol the flanks. The midfield operates as a flat, cohesive unit, controlling the center and providing width. Up front, 2 strikers work in tandem, creating constant pressure on the opponent's central defense. The primary strength of the 4-4-2 is its defensive solidity. These 2 banks of 4 create a compact, disciplined block that is incredibly difficult to penetrate. But its greatest weakness lies in that same structure. In the center of the pitch, it can be easily outnumbered and overloaded by formations that use 3 central midfielders. Its most iconic practitioner was Sir Alex Ferguson's Manchester United, a team that dominated for years using this balanced and powerful system. When defense is the absolute priority, teams turn to the 5-3-2. 5 defenders, 3 midfielders, and 2 strikers create a solid, compact unit that is exceptionally difficult to break down. The mechanics rely on a fortified defensive core of 3 central defenders, but the key players are the 2 wingbacks who are responsible for defending the entire flank and providing width in attack. Its strength is obvious, pure defensive solidity. By packing the central areas, it denies space and frustrates opponents, making it ideal for absorbing pressure and launching swift counterattacks. The risk: the strikers can become completely isolated. If the wingbacks are pinned down defensively, the team has no attacking width, leaving the forwards stranded. This has given rise to a powerful, if sometimes derogatory analogy, parking the bus, a defensive wall designed to repel all attacks. Historically, this defensive mindset was perfected by Helenio Herrera's Inter Milan in the 1960s, a system known as catenaccio, the Italian word for door bolt. On the opposite end of the spectrum is the 4-3-3, an aggressive, attacking formation using 4 defenders, 3 central midfielders, and a dynamic front 3. The mechanics are controlled by a midfield trio that dictates the tempo, but the firepower comes from the attacking trident, a central striker flanked by 2 wingers who stretch the defense and create chances. The primary advantage of the 4-3-3 is the sheer number of passing options it creates. These natural triangles make it easier to maintain possession, press high up the pitch, and unleash its formidable attack. But that aggression comes at a cost. With fullbacks encouraged to attack, it can leave the 2 central defenders exposed and highly vulnerable to the counter-attack. It is like a 3-pronged spear, a weapon designed to relentlessly attack and overwhelm an opponent with its sharp and dynamic forward line. The system was immortalized by Pep Guardiola's Barcelona, a team that used the 4-3-3 to play some of the most beautiful and dominant soccer ever seen. If there is a standard formation in the modern game, it is the 4-2-3-1, a flexible and balanced shape with 4 defenders, 5 midfielders, and 1 striker. Its defining feature is the double pivot, 2 defensive midfielders who form a shield, control the tempo, and provide a solid foundation. This allows the 3 attacking midfielders ahead of them, led by a central number 10, the freedom to create. Its greatest strength is this blend of stability and flexibility. The double pivot provides excellent defensive cover, while the variety of attacking midfielders allows the team to attack in multiple ways. The main vulnerability is the potential isolation of the lone striker. If the attacking midfielders fail to provide support, the forward can be left to fight a losing battle alone. This system was used to devastating effect by Jupp Heynckes' Bayern Munich, who achieved a historic treble in 2013 with this balanced and powerful formation. Some philosophies, however, aren't concerned with balance. They are built for aggression. The 3-4-3, a formation of all-out attack. Here the key players are the wingbacks. In a midfield of 4, they provide all the team's width, demanding incredible stamina to contribute to both defense and attack. The strength is mathematical. The formation naturally creates 2 versus 1 situations in wide areas, constantly stretching the opposition's defense and creating crossing opportunities. It is relentless, possession-based pressure, but the risk is immense. With only 3 dedicated central defenders, the team is structurally vulnerable to counterattacks, especially in the wide spaces the wingbacks are forced to vacate when they join the attack. Johan Cruyff's Barcelona Dream Team famously used its principles, but it was Antonio Conte's Chelsea that brought the modern 3-4-3 to a Premier League title, turning his wingbacks into 2 of the most important players in the league. The 3-5-2 is built for one purpose: to control the midfield. With 3 central defenders as a base, the 3-5-2 packs the midfield with 5 players. 3 central midfielders create a numerical advantage, while 2 wingbacks provide the width. This structure allows it to be flexible, defending as a solid 5-3-2, but controlling the game with its midfield 5. The advantage is clear, winning the numbers game in the middle of the park. This central overload makes it easier to keep possession, starve the opposition of the ball, and dictate the tempo of the game. The weakness, like any formation with a back 3, lies on the flanks. It is incredibly demanding on the wingbacks, and a clever opponent can exploit the wide areas if those players are caught out of position or simply run out of steam. This is another favorite of manager Antonio Conte, who used it to build dynasties at both Juventus and Inter Milan, dominating Serie A by controlling the center of the pitch. The 4-1-4-1 is a disciplined shape built around a single pivotal role. With a standard back 4, the key mechanic is the lone holding midfielder, or anchorman. His job is to screen the defense, breaking up play, and controlling the space between the lines. This allows the flat line of 4 midfielders ahead of him to press aggressively, knowing they have a safety net behind them. The strength is defensive compactness. The anchor man acts as a free player, plugging gaps and making it incredibly difficult for opponents to play through the center of the pitch. The entire structure is solid, organized, and hard to break down. The trade-off for that defensive solidity is often a lack of connection between defense and attack. The lone striker can become isolated, and the formation can feel rigid and lack creativity if the midfielders are too defensively minded. Our final is the 4-4-1-1. The mechanics are nearly identical to the 4-4-2, but with one key difference. Instead of two traditional strikers, one drops deeper to play as a second striker or number 10. Their job is to operate in the hole, the space between the lines, acting as the creative link between the solid midfield and the lead forward. The obvious advantage is the creative spark it adds to a very stable formation. It provides a focal point for the attack, a player who can unlock a defense with a clever pass or a dribble without sacrificing the team's defensive shape. Its primary weakness is a reliance on that one player. If the opposition can effectively man-mark or shut down the second striker, the link between midfield and attack is broken, and the team's entire offensive game plan can be neutralized. They are more than just numbers, they are philosophies, blueprints for victory, each with a strength, a weakness, a story. And as the game continues to evolve, so will the geometry of the game. The endless search for the perfect shape on the perfect green canvas.